Hello guys, welcome to Daily Current Affairs Entries and Program from Team Millet. Today we'll be looking into three topics. The first topic concerns malnutrition. So we'll be looking into its definition, the types, the prominent reasons because of which malnutrition is happening, and a list of government initiatives to counter malnutrition. Second topic that we'll be considering concerns e-commerce. There is an article concerning the alleged over-regulation into the sector which could lead to growth issues. So we'll be looking at the prominent business models, marketplace and inventory base. Then we'll also be primarily looking into consumer protection e-commerce rules 2020, which are a list of provisions recently enacted by government. Okay. Then we'll be looking into passage exercise between India and US. We'll be looking at its key points, and we'll also be looking into the other exercises between India and US. Okay, so let's get a move on. Okay, so the first topic that we are considering for the day is malnutrition. It was in news because recently a parliamentary panel has asked Ministry of Women and Child Development to conduct a survey on the impact of the pandemic on Anganwadi services and malnutrition levels among children. So you should know that despite a list of initiatives in India, various global reports show that the malnutrition rate in the country is high. This include Global Hunger Index 2020, Global Nutrition Index 2020. In the Global Hunger Index 2020, India was ranked the 94th among all the countries. In the Global Nutrition Report, it was suggested that India will miss the nutrition targets for 2025. So clearly, the malnutrition in the country is high. In this context, you should also know the definition of malnutrition. It is basically any imbalance in a person's intake of energy or nutrients, and it is basically of three types: undernutrition, micronutrient malnutrition, and overweight. Undernutrition is again of three types. Wasting refers to low weight for height. Stunting refers to low height for a particular age. Uh, Underweight refers to low weight for a particular age. Now, undernutrition primarily happens due to low intake of food. However, micronutrient malnutrition mainly happens to the dietary choices. It is lack of proper balanced diet. It is also refers to as hidden hunger. Then overweight, it's understood having obesity. Overweight issue is basically obesity issue. What are the reasons? There are a lot of reasons which you can cite. The primary reason being poverty, then lack of sanitation and hygiene, poor dietary practices and choices, gender discrimination at children level, lax implementation of government initiatives. All these reasons could be cited for the high malnutrition in the country. Then initiatives. Uh, we are discussing three, four initiatives here. There are a lot of initiatives. Let's see, look at the ones that we are mentioning here. ICDS, which is basically a targeted intervention in vulnerable groups of implemented by Ministry of Women and Child Development, concerns nutrition, immunization, etc. National Health Mission with the main component of reproductive, maternal, neonatal, children health and adolescent health, also focuses on communicable and non-communicable diseases. Then you have midday meal scheme, concerns every child between years 6 years to 14 years attending school, free cooked meals. Then you have Indira Gandhi Matrutu Sahyog Yojana, cash incentives for improved health and nutrition target, especially for pregnant and lactating mothers. See, other than that, you can also look at Poshan scheme, also look at Anemia Mukt Bharat scheme, then National Food Security Act. All these schemes are important from the malnutrition perspective. Okay, you can read more about them. Then the article also mentions Poshan Tracker app. So you should know Poshan Tracker app is an app by the ministry to monitor delivery of services at about 14 lakh Anganwadis. Okay, so these are the key things that you have to know in the context of malnutrition, which is important from both prelims and mains perspective. Moving on. The second topic that we are considering for the day is e-commerce. It was in news because of the alleged over-regulation. It is suggested that because of the recent rules in the e-commerce sector, the growth in the sector could be retarded, affecting job creation. You should also know that the e-commerce rules were brought in place because of the alleged predatory pricing and unfair practices, including flash sales, which could have adverse effect on traditional shops and kirana stores. In this context, we have to know that we have two different policies for two different prominent business models. One is marketplace, and the other is inventory-based system. In India, we are encouraging marketplace system, which is a facilitator-based system. The e-commerce entity acts as a facilitator between the buyer and seller. We have 100% FDI allowed in this type of system. Then you have inventory-based system, wherein the e-commerce entity actually owns an inventory of goods and services and sells directly to the consumers. In this type of business model, we are not allowing FTA. Amazon and Flipkart, etc., are considered as marketplace entities. Okay, so that is a basic background. Then we look into what are the major provisions mentioned in Consumer Protection E-commerce Rules 2020. The first one concerns applicability. It applies to all e-commerce retailers. Second one, one of the main provisions is to have a nodal officer who would ensure compliance with the provisions of the Act or rules. Prices and expiry dates. The rules mandate that all the entities display the total and breakup of prices and the expiry of products. Then country of origin. The rules also mandate that the country of origin, country of import and origin be mandatorily displayed. The rules specify a grievance redressal mechanism through a regular grievance redressal officer in every entity. It also places restriction on unfair trade practices because no entity shall be allowed to manipulate the price of goods or services to gain unreasonable profit or discriminate between consumers. The rules also mandate that no cancellation charge be levied from the consumer. Then, regarding penalty, if there is a violation of rule, entity shall attract penal action under the Consumer Protection Act 2019. All the entities are also bound to give information to government within 72 hours on any request made by government agencies probing a breach of law, including cybersecurity issues. So these are the key provisions of Consumer Protection Rules 2020. So we need to know in general about e-commerce uh, and other aspects that could be asked both from prelims and mains perspective. Moving on. Third topic we are considering for the day is passage exercise. Indian naval ships and aircraft are supposed to participate in a passage exercise or PASEX with the US Navy's Ronald Reagan Carrier Strike Group during its transits through Indian Ocean region. Passage exercise is normally undertaken whenever an opportunity arises, in contrast to other maritime exercises which are pre-planned and recurring in nature. Indian naval warships, along with aircraft from Indian Navy and Indian Air Force, will be engaging in a joint multi-domain operations with the US Carrier Strike Group. In this particular context, it is Ronald Reagan Carrier Strike Group. Previously, Indian Navy has also conducted PASEX with USS Ronald Reagan and USS Nimitz in 2020, and we have conducted similar exercises with Japanese and French navies as well. What are the operations as part of this exercise? They include advanced air defense exercises, anti-submarine exercises, and their objectives primarily include establishing and showcasing a rule-based international order, and to improve interoperability, enhance interoperability between forces and exchange best practices. Also aimed at countering US expansionism in Indo-Pacific area and South China Sea. And you should also know what are the other Indo-US joint exercises. We have Vajra Pahar between India and US Army, Yuddhabhyas again between India and US Army, COPE India between Air Forces, Red Flag, it's a lateral air exercise where India also participated. And then we have Malabar exercise, which is a trilateral naval exercise between India, USA, and Japan. So that's all for today's news. With more news.